Most people believe they follow confident people because confidence signals competence. That when someone speaks clearly, firmly, and without hesitation, it means they know what they're talking about. But that explanation is incomplete. Because we often trust confident people even when they are wrong, even when their facts are shaky, even when our own intuition quietly disagrees. And we often dismiss people who speak carefully, thoughtfully, or with nuance, even when they are more accurate. This video is not about manipulation, it's not about persuasion tricks, and it's not about how to sound confident to get your way. It's about something much deeper. It's about why confidence feels safer than truth, and how the nervous system, not logic, shapes who we follow, believe, and defer to. Once you understand this, social behavior begins to make sense in a way logic alone never could. Confidence is not a cognitive signal. It's a safety signal. We tend to think confidence is evaluated rationally, that we observe someone, analyze their words, and then decide whether to trust them. But that's not how the brain works. Confidence is not processed first by the thinking brain. It is processed first by the nervous system. Before we assess whether someone is correct, our body asks a more basic question. Do I feel safe with this person? Confidence answers that question quickly. Clear tone, steady pace, decisive posture, predictable delivery. All of these cues reduce uncertainty, and uncertainty is stressful to the nervous system. Truth, on the other hand, often comes with complexity, nuance, pauses, caveats. I don't know. It depends. Those signals may be intellectually honest, but they increase ambiguity. And ambiguity is experienced by the nervous system as potential threat. So the body relaxes around confidence, not accuracy. The nervous system prioritizes regulation, not correctness. The nervous system evolved to keep us alive, not to make us right. For most of human history, survival depended on quick decisions, clear leadership, coordinated group action. There was no time for lengthy debate in moments of danger. A calm, decisive leader, even an imperfect one, was safer than uncertainty. That wiring remains. So when the nervous system encounters confidence, it interprets it as predictability, stability, reduced chaos. And when it encounters uncertainty, even intelligent uncertainty, it interprets it as risk. This is why confidence often feels like truth, even when it isn't. Why groups follow confidence under stress? In calm conditions, people can tolerate nuance. Under stress, they can't. Stress narrows perception. It reduces curiosity. It increases the need for certainty. This is why during crises, economic, social or personal, confident voices rise. Not necessarily wise ones, not necessarily accurate ones, but ones that sound certain. The nervous system is looking for regulation, not debate. So groups synchronize around the person who reduces internal tension fastest. Confidence does that. Authority is a nervous system shortcut. Authority is often misunderstood as a social construct. But authority is also biological. When the nervous system detects authority, through tone, status, certainty or confidence, it relaxes slightly. Why? Because authority suggests that someone else is in control, someone else is holding responsibility, someone else is tracking danger. That reduces cognitive and emotional load. Following authority is metabolically cheaper than independent evaluation, so the body often prefers it, even when the authority is wrong. Why doubt feels uncomfortable to others? People who speak carefully are often perceived as weak, uncertain, or less trustworthy. But what they are really doing is refusing to provide premature regulation. They are not offering emotional closure. And closure feels good. Confidence provides closure. It says, this is settled, this is clear, this is safe enough to stop thinking. Truth often refuses that comfort, so people unconsciously reject it. Not because it's wrong, but because it doesn't regulate them. Confidence synchronizes nervous systems. Humans are deeply social regulators. We unconsciously mirror tone of voice, pace of speech, facial expressions, body posture. Confidence creates coherence. When one nervous system is calm and decisive, others tend to align with it. This synchronization creates group stability. Truth does not automatically do that. Truth can disrupt, challenge, create friction. So groups gravitate toward confidence to maintain regulation. Why calm wrongness often beats anxious accuracy. This explains a pattern many people find disturbing. Calm, confident misinformation spreads faster than careful truth. Not because people are stupid, but because calmness regulates fear. Anxious accuracy does not. A shaky voice with correct data increases nervous system arousal. A steady voice with incorrect data decreases it. Guess which one spreads? The hidden cost of confidence-based trust. When confidence becomes the primary signal of trust, several things happen. Complexity gets punished. Doubt gets silenced. Curiosity declines. Polarization increases. People stop asking, "Is this true?" and start asking, "Does this feel stable?" Over time, systems drift away from reality, not through malice, but through nervous system logic. Why logical arguments fail against confidence. Many people are confused by this. They present evidence, they explain clearly, they cite sources, and still they are ignored. This isn't because logic doesn't matter. It's because logic cannot override a dysregulated nervous system. When people feel threatened, their capacity to integrate information drops. The brain shifts from learning mode to protection mode, and protection mode prefers certainty over truth. Confidence without safety is control. There is an important distinction here. Confidence can emerge from safety or from dominance. When confidence is grounded in safety, it invites trust. When confidence is grounded in control, it demands compliance. The nervous system can't always tell the difference at first. Both reduce uncertainty temporarily. Their nervous system chose regulation over reflection. Why people later regret following confident leaders. Many people have experienced this. They trusted someone who seemed sure. They followed. They ignored their own doubts. And later, they felt betrayed or ashamed. But the mistake wasn't moral. It was physiological. This is not a failure of intelligence. It's how stress changes priorities. Why truth requires safety to be heard. Truth is fragile in unsafe environments. It requires time, tolerance for ambiguity, emotional bandwidth. Without safety, truth feels threatening, so it gets rejected. This is why environments that value truth must first cultivate regulation. Not persuasion, not debate, safety. The difference between influence and alignment. Influence based on confidence alone is shallow. It requires constant reinforcement. The moment confidence cracks, trust collapses. Alignment, on the other hand, emerges when people feel safe enough to disagree, doubt is allowed, questions are welcomed. That kind of influence is slower, but far more stable. Why silence often outperforms arguments. In many social situations, people sense this intuitively. They stop arguing. They stop explaining. They choose silence. Because silence doesn't escalate nervous systems. Silence maintains regulation, and regulation keeps connection intact. This isn't weakness, it's nervous system intelligence, relearning how to trust truth. If confidence feels safer than truth, how do we change that? Not by attacking confidence, not by forcing skepticism, but by increasing safety. As safety increases, the nervous system becomes more tolerant of complexity, more curious, more flexible, more open. Truth becomes tolerable again. What this means for you. If you've ever felt dismissed for being thoughtful, if you've ever watched confident voices dominate despite being wrong, if you've ever doubted yourself for not sounding sure enough, this is not a personal flaw. It's a mismatch between truth and regulation. You were speaking to the mind, while the room was listening with the nervous system. Closing reflection. People don't follow confidence because it is true. They follow confidence because it feels safe. Truth becomes influential only when safety allows it to be heard. Until then, confidence fills the gap. Understanding this doesn't make you manipulative. It makes you accurate. And accuracy, grounded in safety, is where real influence begins. If this perspective resonates with you, this channel explores social behavior from the inside out, through nervous system logic, not surface psychology. Subscribe if you want clarity without manipulation. And remember, confidence regulates first. Truth follows when safety allows.